Struggling in dating, fix this first. How we're going to do this is I'm going to tell you a story about something I was struggling with that I had to fix before I could be in a successful relationship. And so I want to tell this story so it illustrates the point so that hopefully you can look at your own life and figure out what you need to fix so that you can go into dating and be successful. While you're listening to me, I'm Mike Goldstein, founder of Easy Dating Coach. Been coaching for 11 years, best-selling author, highest success rate in the country at putting people into relationships, 83%. All right, so let's hop into the story so you can learn if you're struggling dating, fix this first. So the overarching principle is going to be to love yourself, have a better relationship with yourself. Now, for years, a lot of people have saying like you've really got to manage yourself to be amazing before you try to date. I don't fully believe that. You need to obviously have a decent foundation where you like yourself, love yourself. You don't have to be perfect. Some of the work's going to be done in partnership. But let me tell you the story. So for my whole life, it's been all about achievement. Trying to make my dad proud of me. Trying to make everyone around me think I'm okay. I still have this, by the way. I've worked on this, but like even when I play board games, I want everyone to know that I'm the smart one there, that I'm competent, that I have a good strategy. And if they think I don't have a good strategy or I'm not being intelligent, like that affects me. But yeah, so then fast forward to the last 2 years, I took a semi-retirement step back from this business. And I would be laying on the couch, and after having a very successful business, I'd lay on the couch and think of like, what's my next thing? How am I going to provide more value? And just kind of running out of ideas to what to do with this or what to do next, and beating myself up. When I'm on the couch, like I've earned money, I've really done well for myself, and still like, well, what are you doing now? What are you doing lately? That like sales mentality of you're only as good as your last month. And so I'm on the couch like being like, woe is me, making it so wrong that I'm not doing anything. And yeah, so I beat myself up. Then if I go to soccer, pickleball, don't play well, Mike, you're awful. Like, why aren't you playing well? And how much money do you have? And so all these things, whenever they're doing poorly, I start feeling bad. And I start feeling bad about myself, beating myself up, and ultimately not giving myself love no matter what, and loving up on myself irregardless. Like, I'm a good human. Why can't I love me when I'm bad at soccer, when I'm bad at pickleball, when I'm not making money, when I'm laying on the couch? So that's what I've been working on over the last 6 months, year of finding joy, finding love, no matter what scenario I'm in. And the biggest reason is it doesn't serve me. Like if I am going to lay on the couch, which, maybe that's not the best use of my time, but it's okay. In that moment, this is where I'm at. This is what I want to do. And it's not going to serve me to make myself wrong for it. So in this state, when you're not loving yourself, it's very challenging to date. And let me explain. Let's pretend I'm single. If I'm single and let's say life isn't that good and I'm struggling with loving myself and thinking I'm a good person, or just I feel less than for whatever reason. And maybe you're having this. But the overarching principle is, as a single person, you're not thinking life is that good. We need life to be pretty good as a single person. It doesn't have to be amazing. You really want partnership, just pretty good. And you've got to feel that in here. It's not going to come from external forces. Maybe having the friends, the family, the job cause you to feel some inner peace in here. But if you can just feel like I love myself, I'm a good person, regardless of out there, now you're going to be in a better shape for dating. And let me explain. When you go on a date, and when you get in partnership, some of these partnerships are going to be not that great. And what happens when you don't love yourself and you don't have a decent single life is you stay in this partnership that's mediocre because it's maybe better than being single, or just you can't be alone, or you're like, single is okay, but at least like I'm one of those people that have a relationship. So let me stay in this mediocre relationship. And what happens with these mediocres is they just slowly degrade over time until they end up being pretty awful, and then you break up. And it's very painful because it could be a 6-month, 30-year long relationship that degrades over time and eventually turns to awful. And the reason you never leave this relationship is because being single in your head is worse. So in your head and your heart, you have to be mostly happy being single. So then when you get a mediocre relationship, you have the willpower and the ability to remove that relationship, because the only time I see people in happy relationships is when they go get an amazing one. Because there are going to be fights, there's going to be problems. Even with an amazing partner, there's going to be bad days. And the way you get through that is by picking and getting the right person and the right relationship. And it all starts by fixing the relationship with yourself first. So if you love yourself, now you have the respect, the boundaries to remove this person when they're not behaving up to standard or they're just the wrong fit. Because all of us have a ton of friends probably that are in not great marriages, or you always see them fighting and blah, blah, blah. So we're not saying relationships are better than single people, first of all. But if you have desire to be in partnership, to be in relationship, only do it when it's going to be awesome, because it's not worth the pain, the conflict, those bad times when it's not an amazing relationship, an amazing partner. All right, so fix yourself so that you're somewhat happy, then go out there and date, and then you can go get the right person and break up with the wrong people when you need to. Okay, that's it for me. See you next time.